He was not my type. Alikuwa mshamba.
When we started off, she was working, I was not.
At the end of the month, I get my salary na mwambia ndio hii hapa tupangie. What do we do?
My advice would be these two people. Get some source of knowledge that portrays how marriage is supposed to work.
I love you.
Thank you for loving me.
Aww.
My name is Leonard Kiogora, and this is my wife, Anna Itore. We have been married since 2008. Those are 12 years. That's formally married. But we have been friends for as long as we can remember. And we are blessed with 3 kids. We cannot leave them out. They are part of the definition of the marriage. We have our firstborn called Gift, and 2 is a son and 2 daughters, Blessing and Amo. And something? Yeah.
Okay, my name is Anne Kiogora, and we've been friends for the last 19 years, and yeah, we've seen God work in our marriage. Initially,
we were in the same primary school, as I was saying, but that was normal. But after high school, we were involved in a community-based organization as youth, just after high school, and that's where our friendship really developed. We were friends. We were of very different personalities. Personally, I thought she's a girl too good for me because she's like the role model of the village, and I was not a very good boy by then, but she was my friend. We used to tell each other we are not compatible. Actually, we tried hooking up each other on several occasions. But after 5 years of deep friendship, that's when we fell in love, and that's when the other phase happened. But the foundation from then and even up to now, we are very good friends.
Yeah.
That's how it started.
I can remember in this group, it was an anti-AIDS campaign whereby we could meet on certain days to go and organize for not games, poems, to go and entertain others in like church or the organization, to go and be up this campaign that AIDS is real. So we would find ourselves meeting like 1 hour earlier than the normal meeting, and then afterwards, later, we could spend most of the time together. That's how we got to know each other better as friends. At that time, I also knew he was not my type. Alikuwa mshamba. We were incompatible. Yeah, but it just happened that we were just friends and nothing more than that. With time now, I started to see the qualities that I needed in a man to settle down, and the fact that I had known him inside out. Yani hata zile vitu alikuja kuniambia, the way he was doing things, even vitu zingine sifai kujua, but since I was his friend, he just let his heart out. So itifika at a point I knew him inside out. Kila kitu, no secret, no nothing. So we became friends, and I think from there, one thing led to another. Yes, and we found that thinking is the same. Our dreams, our aspirations, everything is just liming. Yeah, and that one, yeah.
After now, we started working together in faith. It was above what we could think. You see, people come into marriage with a certain mindset, or some come with emotions. But for me, I will say it's something beyond intelligence, it's beyond feelings, emotions. In my world, I call it wisdom, because it's in between, you cannot explain. And for us, we seek wisdom from one source, from one source that we believe and trust in so much, and that's God. And I think for us externally there was nothing much, because we have been together. The way we used to have stories until sometimes at 2 o'clock, and we remember the following day we need to go to work. It still happens even today. So it's, for us, it's the continuation of the friendship. What I might say changed a little bit, it's the presence of kids. They come, and of course your priorities now, sometimes they need to accommodate a bigger scope. Initially it's me and her, now, but kids, when they come, your priorities change, and especially me, and especially with the girls. You see, now sometimes she might be talking to me, but when the girls start talking, I tell her, you have to wait. Not that I have put her in a different position. Yeah. Yes, that I can say it changed. Another thing, when we started off, she was working, I was not. And of course, story nyakuanga nyingi, she was a banker, and my friends used to tell me, hey, sasa huyo, you just forget. Now, you see, by then, it's her and the banking, the timing was so, now things have changed. For the last 3 years, she has been pursuing something else, more internal, other than external. So right now, it's me who's working alone, she is not. So even that changed. Because by then, I remember I didn't have a job. I used to take her to the bus stage in the morning. I go back to the room. I was standing, however, and then when she's coming in the evening, it's me waiting for her. But that has changed now. She's the one who waits for me. Yeah.
The Bible says the two shall become one. So me, I was, at the end of the month, I get my salary, namwambia ndio hii hapa tupangie, what do we do? Yeah, so nothing changed. That was, it did not affect me. In fact, it did not make me less a woman or anything. Si eti nilikuwa najisikia eti I am the, you know, yeah, nothing changed. Money is nothing. I just let him, us. It is us, not me, not him, it is us. This is what I've gotten, this is what we can plan for as a family. Yeah, that has kept us up to now. Hakuna hii pesa yangu, hii ni pesa yake, my people, your people, we are one. Yeah.
And on the money matters, I think it's a sensitive issue as far as families are concerned. We are willing to share everything, including our beliefs, including our bodies. Lakini ikifika kwa pesa, actually, people are willing even to share the same God, but not the same money. But I will say that can be, it's our strongest point of connection. And sometimes I'm not in employment. We operate our own businesses. And I remember once in a while, she being a con-director of the company that I operate on, she is not aware of the deals, but just normal business deal gone the way it's not supposed to be, and she found herself in the receiving end because of the trust that she has for me. So there are things that may not go when you operate the way you're operating. Same company, you are both signatories in this bank account, either can sign. But now when I go and make my deals out there that might not go the right way, sometimes it can have an effect on the other con-director. So there is that flip side of having everything together. But for us, we don't consider it any other, there is no any other better way. Because if you can reach that level of closeness and openness in terms of money, it can avoid a lot of issues. Because my view for money as far as marriage is concerned, it's not that money by itself, does not commit sin, but it's a facilitator of sin. Like women, when we have money, it's easy to go and take a day out, you know. But if she knows this is the invoice that I'm expecting for this month, and we are accountable to each other, not that we are compelled by anything, but because we are responsible people, you find yourself that you are avoiding a lot of issues that comes with money.
advise ladies out there, maybe your man might not be working at the moment, but your man has a vision. It has been said time and again, you leave a man with a vision and you go and see him in the television. So as long as the man has a vision, don't look at the current status. God's timing is always the best. Just encourage him and appreciate even the effort that he does, and that way you will be on another higher level. Don't usifocus sahi, look at the future. And with God, everything is possible. Don't despise the man that you have because he doesn't have money at the moment. Money will come later.
I have some advice for this generation of young men because I've interacted with ladies, and I have an opinion that ladies are more open, more honest. But the young men of these days, they are taking advantage of such ladies. You know, when a lady laughs with everything, including the money. Because if I meant when she was working for the bank, I couldn't have messed around with her money. Actually, I remember I used to carry a high ATM because she's in the bank. If she needs money, she will withdraw it. But the young men these days, they take advantage of that love and misuse the little money that the ladies have saved. To me, that's something very, very bad. And we for ladies, for younger sisters and brothers, and this I'll tell my daughters, they too do not need to substitute wisdom with emotional love. Let them think twice. Let them analyze the situations. Let them consider the risks when they are owned into some weird investment plans by the boyfriends because they want to con them. Let them consult. Let them have their brothers, their uncles, who they can consult. Let them not just dive in money matters purely on emotions. They need some analysis.
For us, we became friends first. That aspect of friendship is the one that we developed. You see, that time we were very young, we were not even working and stuff like that. So hata kupelekwa date. Date could be anywhere that we are meeting. Hiyo ni date tayari.
Arboretum.
Arboretum. To me pesa, you just go and sit and start talking. Hiyo ni date tayari. Akikuja hata kwa room, that is already a date. Money was not an issue. It was just that urge to be together. You feel, I don't love you because of the money. I just have this strong feeling that, yeah. So tukaendelea, hii pressure ya wedding actually relate on our parents. They are like, no, mmekaa sana. Na unajua the way the weddings are to the parents, they are the ones who put pressure on us to the extent that walienda, wakapanda kila kitu, everything from our wedding was straight from the farm. We used to live in Mombasa. We actually landed in the village and everything was set. So then the wedding, we didn't have so much, but I can remember we just catered for entertainments, like the acrobats. I remember the time we brought the acrobat back in the village. To a village walisema, jini za Mombasa zimekuja Ushago. The way they were doing.
Yes.
Yeah. So then the wedding came. We were staying together. We were living. Not that the wedding added or subtracted anything. Mimi nilisema sikupelekwa date na hata saa hii nimesema hata honeymoon. You owe me one.
That's true.
But that one did not prevent, because there was something stronger than just a day. It's something continuous every day. So what I would advise the people who are getting into relationships, don't go with the mindset of money. or a big day. You can put pressure on your hubby, you mtumia like 3 million. Then after that, where do you start? You start, people were happier, but what about you? Where are you starting? What next? It's not about the wedding. It's not about the outside. How do I feel when I'm with you? I am not here to impress anyone, but it's unfortunate that some people, at the end of the day, they go and fight, but when they are up there, they pretend all things. You would rather be okay, and people think you're not doing well, but inside, mko sawa. Ama niaje?
Yeah, that's true. My take on this, you see, for me, I believe you can see God in so many ways. You can look even at nature, and if you are seeking God, you'll see Him there. And in terms of external pressures, not just on wedding, on many other aspects, because I've had young couples having an issue, and a very big issue, on where to live, because someone has left Eastlands to Kilimani, then now a lady is putting pressure on the man. So there are so many sources of pressure that can come that are external.
The bottom line is love, because they say that love is the language that the blind can see and even the deaf can hear.
Yes.
Unaona mtu ana macho, but they have a very big heart and wedding and live happily thereafter. So the bottom line ni love. That sums it up.
Personally, I don't believe in physical fights, especially with grown-ups. Yeah. I'm sure I'll never touch her. That's ungranted. Not that I don't fight. I fight with men. And she has seen me fight. But the fights that we had, she is kind of a person. If she is hurt or disappointed, she goes on a silent mood. And she can be silent even for 1 hour. You forget if she's breathing. And for me, it was my mantra. Issues are mine was, people start fighting when they stop talking. Talk. And now the more you say talk, the more. But I thank God, because she's maturing with time. And she calls me Mshamba, but she was so naive in matters love, in matters relationship. That was one of the things that we used to fight for. Of course, I was on the receiving end, and now since unipeasifa sana, but the fights that we used to have, that's about 11 years ago. It was when I was taking alcohol, you see. So alcohol, we just have a reason to take alcohol. We are happy, we go celebrate, have alcohol. We are sad, we go. So there is a game. So intentionally, initially, you have a very genuine concern. I'm going to watch soccer. I was young by then. I used to follow soccer. But 1, 2 becomes 3, and now Nisana Neusiku. And when you go home, she's sad. She has been crying, you know. Those are the things. But I thank God for those moments, because one night I just went home and I was drunk, and I looked at her eyes and I could see she's hurting. And I made a decision not to drink. I did not tell her then, but she noticed with time. Those were the small fights, but I don't remember. See, there is a lady I told like 2 weeks ago, we don't argue, but that's true. We are friends. I don't remember any time we had a serious argument. Maybe it's like this interview. We need to go. I'm supposed to be traveling. No, you takuja. You know, such small. Let me call them healthy debates. Those ones we have them. But I don't, there is a misconception that marriage and fights, it's like it's like a body and oxygen. No. It does not. We have power internally to eliminate anything that we want. It's about creating and asking God to give you power to create that which you want. And the Bible tells us we can do all things through Christ who gives us strength. You can create a marriage with no fights, even if that's how it used to exist. We can change the mantra from now henceforth. We can have marriages with no fights. That's my. But sometimes I don't have much audience. That's why I don't post on Facebook because they appear controversial. You say something, but okay, it's appealing to people.
Okay, what I can say, even if we had those fights, I can't remember any single day tumelala just thought eti acha nilale, acha ninyamaze, hata nikinyamaza, I always found a way of talk, ongea. We can't sleep like this, so we always sorted the issues out so that we can face the next day on a new page. See eti niko na grudge, unakumbuka hata huku, yeah.
One more last thing, hapo kwa fights. I have a very unpopular principle. It's because there's a reason in His own wisdom He created men and women, and I know we are different. And it's for men who should lead in everything, including the reconciliation process. Kama umekosewa, ama wewe ndio umekosa, as a man, take the lead. Take the lead. Yes. Yeah.
What I can say about marriage, first of all, is an institution that is ordained by God. We find it in the book of Genesis. For God found it good for man not to live alone, so He made him a helper. So the man shall leave the father and mother, and they shall become one. That is 1 + 1 = 1. Hapo hakunanga 2. So it means that whatever it's not about me, it's not about him, it's about us. Let us agree. Let us move forward. And in marriage, you find that you have to communicate. Communication has been mentioned enough times, but what is communication? Is it me nikuje nikwambie in the morning, this is what happened? It's more than that. It's more than reporting to him on a daily basis what has happened. It's more than saying we need to buy a plot somewhere. It's more than that. It goes deeper to how do we solve conflicts. It is more than what are my fears. Zile vitu siwezi ambia everyone who is passing. I just come and communicate them to him. These are my worst fears. This is what I need. These are my emotions, my needs, my everything. That is what is called communication. Si ile tu kuongea alafu niseme communicate. It's deeper communication. So we should keep on talking, and that bit of friendship. Let your partner be your best friend. Vile tu kiubeshte nakuja nakwambia kulifanyika hivi na hivi na hivi. Yeah, that is what I can say about marriage.
Marriage to me, it's a union, but it's defined by intimacy. People don't speak about it, but it's about intimacy. But for me, there is a more valuable intimacy that I find than the bondly intimacy, and it's a spiritual intimacy. So marriage is a union whereby people are free in the spirit to be together, not just in the body. And it's not a simple task. It requires wisdom, and it requires accumulated knowledge. If you choose to go it on your own way, thinking, and here there's another individual who is involved, you might not get it right. My advice would be this to people: get some source of knowledge that portrays how marriage is supposed to work. Follow it faithfully. And if you don't have any source, I would recommend the Bible. that one, it's a sure bet. It has worked for me, and I'm sure it can work for me. Yeah. Anne, thank you for being my wife. That's what people call you. But deep inside, I know you're not just a wife. You're my soulmate. And I love the intimacy that we share in the spirit. And my prayer is this, that God will continue to guide us for the glory and honor of His name. All this we are doing not just for ourselves, but it's my hope I can demonstrate love from a man to a woman, and it's my prayer that it can inspire at least one more man to love you like I do. Thank you for loving me.
Aww. Oh, so Leonard, I love you so much. I thank God for you. And this far that we've gone is because God has been on our side. And the far we are going, I promise to be there for every up, for every down, for there between. I will always be there to support your dream, to support everything that you do. And it shall be for the glory of God. I love you.
Love you too.